can we actually go for the gradient tool? And with that, I would like to ask you about Instagram and how can we actually make an Instagram logo.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the gradient tool. So
You can just clear up the above portion, which is not needed.
oh, yeah, yeah. I'll just remove all, or maybe I'll just keep these two. It's fine. So let's talk about the gradient tool. Uh, so I have a simple object, rectangular object. I have the fill. So within the swatches, here at the end, we have uh, a gradient, which is white to black. So I usually select this one. So now that we have a smooth gradient, which starts from black and moves toward white. And as you select a gradient file, which is here also a sky, here is black and white, we get gradient options. So once you click gradient options, you will get this dialog box. Now in this dialog box, you get the spectrum of the gradient. So one side is black and the other side is white. What we can do is we can change this color. We can make it more grayish or even a different color. So it moves from black towards pink or magenta. And what I can do is, again, I can give individual opacities so it can be see-through. And so within the gradient, what we can do is we can add colors. So it doesn't need to be just two of them. So I can just add it in between. As you can see, as I move to in between of the spectrum, I get a plus sign, which means I can add a color. So usually when it's a gradient and I add it, it will just add the perfect color at the spectrum. So what I can do is I can just change it, or yeah, looks good. So what I can do is I can change the color. So I can define where my color sits on the spectrum, and I can define how much amount of color is within the spectrum. So I can just move these pointers. So it's more orange. Usually we keep it halfway to get a much smoother transition. And so there are different three types. So mostly we use two types. The third is used rarely. So what we do is we have a linear gradient. So our color changes linearly from left to right. We can always change the direction from reverse gradient. We'll get the opposite. So and the second type is the radial. So what we get is that the color changes from a center. So also we have a gradient tool on our tool panel. So we get how we can change the starting and the end points within the objects, because usually we don't want it in the center, for example. So what I do is I choose my center, then I can drag it along the way. So I can choose a different center in this case, or in linear, mostly it's given in a single direction. What I can do is change the direction, maybe make it vertical or slanting at a particular angle. Yeah, this was pretty much the gradient tool. So as Parth said, let's try and make the Instagram logo. Just So for images, again, we get different types. So the most easy one is the crop image. What we can do is always crop out the things we don't need. Similar as we did with Twitter, what we'll do is we'll lock this object. So now I can draw it over. So now I can see that this is a rounded rectangle. So I just take my rounded rectangle tool. So this is a pretty hard to judge, but you get the hang of it once you use it multiple times. And again, we have that smaller circle at the vertex. Let's start with the black one. So now I have, I just duplicate my image so that I'll get a reference. So now I have to create it over. So first I'll do the simpler things. So we have the layer which is going to be the background of the logo, and what we want is the Insta camera sort of logo which we have. So what I can do is I can give a similar rounded rectangle, but this time instead of fill, I'll make the fill none, and I'll give it a stroke. So in this case, it's white. So I'll give it a white stroke. I'll just push it. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. So next is a basic circle within it. So I want this circle exactly in between my rectangle. So what I do is I press shift, select the rectangle, and I horizontal as well as vertical align it. So before that, what I can do is once I've selected both of them, I select one which is going to be stagnant for me. So in this case, it's going to be the rectangle. So this darker or thicker blue line tells me that this is going to be the stagnant one, and the circle is going to be moving. So this is a perfect alignment I get. And what we want is a smaller circle. Yeah. So what I yeah. So for this one, I'll make the stroke nil, none, and my fill white. So now there is no alignment for it, so I just be a better judge and just place it. Make it a bit smaller. If you put in the time, you can create a exact copy of it. So now we have the almost as if it's a sketch or a black and white logo of the Instagram. So what we want to do is basically give the color which Instagram logo has. So let's make a palette for it first. So this makes it much more easier for us. So I'll just take a rectangle. So basically I have 3 colors, I guess, around it, or 4 if we choose this middle one. I don't know if it's a gradient or not. So I'll take the eyedrop. I'll select one rectangle or square. Select the eyedropper. I choose this. I choose yeah, I'll choose this one. Then I choose. So basically, I'm choosing the ends. So as to which I believe is it's basically these colors are basically gradients between these all colors. So let's just have this orange one because I feel it's added. So now I have a palette. So how to add this palette is basically select all my colors, go to fill, And now here we get a folder, so new color group. So it will give basic settings, and now we have added our color palette. So now I do is I choose my object which I want to color. I give it a basic gradient first, black and white. I take the color gradient options. So here what comes is the free form gradient. So what it basically does is we can give individual sections of the image of the object different set of colors. So here we select this one. So here we see this is the so let's take this first. So this one is the pink one. So I'll just choose it. I double click, so I get the palette swatches. Then I choose my color here. So this becomes easier rather than choosing every time an eyedropper and choosing individual colors. So I have my first one. So now here I have my color, but I don't see any section. So I just add one, double click, give it yellow. Here I see blue, so I add one, give it blue. So as you can see now we still have two colors. So we have to just wing it right here. This will be our orange one. And this is much darker color. So what we should do is just add one more color here. Choose the eyedropper and get the violet. So adding color is basically almost same as adding the palette. Gradient tool.
You can just do Control Z, kar. Yeah. Control Z, Control Z. Yeah, edit gradient. Below appearance, you
Okay.
will find
Okay.
edit gradient.
Yeah. So this color, I'll add my this one color. So I can still add much more different colors here. Like here I can again still add orange. Here I can so this becomes much more closer to being an Instagram logo. So this is basically how the gradients work.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Yep. So now let's move to fonts, and let's first actually discuss how many types of fonts we have, and then we can discuss on how to actually use the fonts.
Okay. Types of fonts as in?
Sans serif, serif.
Ah, okay. So this is our basic default text here which we have. So within the fonts, we get here is filter by classification, and we have what we can see here is basically all types of fonts. So the most basic one is the sans serif. So serifs are basically the edges which we get at the end of the letter. So when I select this classification, all my fonts are sans serif. So different would be serifs. So I get all my serif fonts here, and then I have different slab serif, script, handwriting, decorative. So mostly none of these are selected, and what we go is just type it out here. But sometimes if we can't remember the specific name, we can just choose the selection, and then I get different. So I have one font here.
Stay tuned as we are going to discuss how to create logos in Illustrator.